Well, good morning, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Well, as you know, today is Wednesday, and it is Hogarth's Global Astrology Day. And you know what usually happens Wednesdays. But you are stuck with me today because I begged off of Hogarth's. I will not be doing this show this afternoon because he's got 2 guests that will be on, so it would have been 5 people, and 5 people just would have made everything just convoluted and just, not running smoothly. So when I heard there would be 5 people, I told Hogarth, well, then I'm going to beg off because otherwise it would just get too sluggish and it would be just overkill. I don't think it would work well. So I'm off today. So again, you're stuck with me today all day. So that being said, let's look and see what we have going on. We'll do a quick read and just see what the cards are going to tell us today. I don't have any subject that I'm asking about. We'll just see what the cards are going to say. Give them a good ruffle shuffle here. So, the reading is about, first thing out is the garden. Let me move this back a little bit. 7 of Earth, which is the harvest. So let's see what it says about the harvest. Above it, toxic, not liking the harvest, things that are toxic. And the foundation is where things are moving to from overseas. So we're looking at a toxic harvest that's going on with that. Let's see the energy coming into it. It's about 2 of wind, the crossing, or in my reads, this is what is being blocked information. Okay, they don't want us to wake up. Okay, they want to block information, keep people in the dark, to make it appear better than it is, moving forward to something better. Okay, we want to wake up. We want to see what is being blocked. Okay, so again, they're doing things behind the scenes, trying to block information. What's going on today? The 9 of wind, the screen. So yet again, standing guard. Standing guard with stories. The stories they put out with a foundation of, again, blocking information, putting out stories, not putting out what's going on. The challenge, 6 of water, faith. So this is, the past, or Epstein. 6 of waters is Epstein. Again, trying to sweep it under the carpet. Also could be some arguments about it. The foundation is choices being made. Okay. The challenge. Okay, let me move this. I gotta move these cards over so I've got more room here. Let me move these over. So I gotta put two more. Stories, standing guard, blocking, trying to sweep it under the carpet, the Epstein stuff. Potential outcome is 5 of wind. They're in fear mode. Fear about the information. Okay? The mentality of fear. Something being struggled with. And again, Epstein files. So they are in absolute fear mode that this information will get out. Okay. Outside influence. Father of wind. So this is, again, that mindset being ruled by the mind, or that heavy mindset when it comes to the documents. Comes to the documents, and the foundation is, what's being offered up? Documents. Okay. They're in a tailspin about documents. Let's see what's driving it underneath of it. 4 of fire. Flame of spirit, the White House. 4 of fire is the White House. Out in the cold. Okay, when it comes to the evidence, he's screwed. A mountain of evidence. Okay, so this could be a mountain of evidence or obstruction. I would say there's a mountain of evidence, and it's about what? Money. Out in the cold, outside of spirituality. And what do? Sometimes the card is the money, having the handout, money, being willing to do anything to line your pockets. Okay, so let's see what the next layer has to say. A light being shed. When it comes to them mentally retreating from promises. Okay, so stuff they're supposed to do, they've been neglecting to do. Then we have the lid coming off, the mother of water. They are mentally constrained, though, by this doorway. Okay? The lid is off. This needs to come out. Then we have, ongoing, the 3 of fire, birth of light. So the 3 of fire, what's coming in from overseas? Something concrete about the dark elements, the things done by dark of night. Then we have his insanity, the moon, again, the mind spin, his delusion, the stuff up in the air, and the business of all of this, okay? So I think this has to talk about the things he'd be willing to do at night, his delusion, and money. There's money behind it, okay? I think, again, he was getting something out of it, whether he's blackmailing others, he's being blackmailed, all of that. plays into the delusion. We have the blood dripping down from this as well, the moon, things up in the air, the business. Now, some of this, in this case, could be talking about the Iran thing, the business of that stuff up in the air. Netanyahu leaned on him to bomb Iran, to aid with this Iran thing. Okay. Then we have the Seven of Fire, needing courage because one is pushed to the edge with what's being worked on when it comes to their divergent path. So they are working to reveal the things that they have been doing. We have the Brother of Wind. This is messages coming out. And again, the stress of this when it comes to Trump, where he's going, okay? So some messages coming out, informational messages coming out that are stressing Trump to death. The Four of Wind, mentally retreating, ruled by the emotions, and again trying to control this. So he mentally retreats and creates a different scenario. Lie, deny, spin. But it's getting to him. 10 of Wind, the way of the cross. So mental conflict, difficulties. All of the swords are coming down. And again, he's trying to control what is coming out, the light on this. But he's going to find out he cannot control it. Because we have the Lovers, the things they were engaged in, the evidence in hand when it comes to the wealthy, the narcissistic ones, okay? The evidence is there. What's being hidden? There's a new cup of abominations flowering. Okay? So it's just waiting in the wings. Strengthening is their nightmare because of what? The deaths. There's a whole nightmare about deaths that's gaining strength. Now we know that it's gaining strength when it comes to Epstein, you know, and Ivana, not Ivanka. Although if Ivanka spoke, she could be next, but Ivana, okay, magically falling down the steps the day before her non-disclosure agreement was ending. Okay, so strengthening, again, this difficulty when it comes to the deaths. And there have been many involved in this, whether it's the death of these children, whether it's the death of his wife and burying her on a golf course, whether it's the death of Epstein, whether it's the death of the girl that had her head blown off after she spoke, whether it's the death of, Jeffrey, okay, first one that spoke out. Then we have the Emperor, the White House, and again, the things being seen through the dark. Getting to knowledge, seeing through the dark about Trump and about those behind the scenes controlling this. We have the 9 of Fire, the Eye of Fire. So these are about the actions, the choices made when it comes to the Epstein files. The Eye of Fire. So seeing the actions, the choices made when it came to Epstein. happenings with these children. Investigations. They are pondering the history of this. So there is more being seen behind the scenes, not necessarily by the FBI, which Patel is, railroading. But there have been those in the FBI perhaps could be pondering to speak up as well, because there are some that have actually seen the files. Now, out of all the files, the only ones that had full access was, I think there are like 4 people, 2 people or 4 people, that's it, that have full access to see everything that's in the files. Okay? That's it. But there are those that are digging, pondering the history. The 4 of Earth, what's being withheld, power, the power to withhold things about the Epstein and those looking for aid, looking for help. Now we know that those that have gone in, the senators gone in to look, that they have been monitoring what they've been looking at. Okay? Trying to hold on to power when it comes to looking for help with Epstein stuff. And what's being handed out. The power withholding what's being handed out. People are looking for this information. Okay? So then we come to the truth about the abuse of what the girls that have grown up to be women now. Okay? The truth about it. Mother of Wind, the sword of truth. When it comes to this abuse of power, mentally, physically abuse. The one of fire, the force, which is rapidly moving to come to this pearl of great price, this difficulty. Sister of Earth. So this is a concrete message about the pain, mental, physical pain that's eating away at people that have gone through this, the victims that are still being victimized by these ones by outing them in the files, and the perpetrators, they magically were able to conceal their names, but the photographs, information about the victims was made public. Then we have the 8 of fire, the lightning path, again, rapidly moving. Okay? The knowledge, the information they're trying to withhold. Okay? Rapidly moving to withhold. Withhold it. Okay. Then we have the cage of fire. The cage of fire, the 10 of fire. So they are stuck there. They are stuck. What's being anchored in is, and I'm trying to remember what this card is, the 6 of Wands. They are being stuck when it comes to an action. Okay? The 10, the cage. Their actions are being monitored. Okay? Oh, the victory to anchor things in. So there is a victory anchoring in the cage about their actions. So they're not going to be able to get away with it. 8 of wind, the power shield. Okay, this is a mental stuck in this mental rut. A message about the action at the heart of it. Five of Earth, the nadir, reaching the pinnacle, again, of being out in the cold. When it comes to the nightmare life. So we're reaching the nadir of this Five of Earth. We need to unlock it. They're out in the cold, the nightmare life. The message being offered up, an agreement, and it's about the money, okay? The payoffs to keep this stuff quiet. When it comes to Temperance, they're facing a loss with the messages. Things are moving. It's being juggled. When it comes to the future, the Judgment card, resurrection, new information, and looking forward. Okay, looking forward. Maybe things they've tried to turn their back on. The many tongues with what's being built and short-term success. Many tongues, 7 of Wands. So the things they're trying to get away with, the lying tongues, okay, they're only going to have short-term success with this. Again, eventually this is all going to come out. Okay. 10 of Earth, the great work of a new action is key. Now I think the great work, the 10 of Earth, usually my card for Republicans, maybe this is Massey, but I would say this has to do with the both of them coming together, Democrats and Republicans that are willing to work on this. Then we have Trump, concrete message about more deeper information, the hidden things, the knowledge, deeper knowledge is going to be coming out. Concrete message, deeper knowledge when it comes to Trump. So on that note, we'll just leave that here. So more is coming out. We see some of the cover-up, the stuff going on with Iran, the blackmail, the monetary schemes, the, it's just so much dirty stuff under the surface with all of this. Whether it's Putin or it's Netanyahu, they all have compromise on Trump. Okay, he wants to think that Putin is his good buddy, but now he sees Putin as giving them information on where exactly these American bases are, etc. He's feeding Iran intel. So there's just so much with all of this drama up in the air and the insanity of just how dirty this is. And so more is coming to be revealed. Okay? So we just have to hang in day by day and continue to push forward. So on that note, I will leave that here. And we'll see you online. I'm going to check and see what I see on the internet. If I see anything new going on. But we're pretty well stuck into stuff when it comes to the war and this and that. Oh, one other thing I saw today was very interesting, though. It was a deep dive into the Maxwell family. That the sisters There are twin sisters, and they're all in intelligence. Mossad, they're all in all of this. The whole Maxwell family has been involved in this stuff for years and years. So again, under the surface, it's a whole web. A web of spiders. Okay. So it's so much to uncover and cut through and get to the bottom of. So we just, again, we take it step by step and we continue forward, and we will get to the end of this, but we are in the thick of it at the moment. All we can do is try to just, in your own life, keep your parameters, where you stay sane and balanced. If you need to pull away from this stuff for a few days, pull away from it. It'll still be here, I'm sure, when you're ready to come back. But take time out, be good to yourselves, and continue forward. Oh, another thing I wanted to say real quick. Another one I saw last evening. Did you know H.I.V. is on the rise? That it's out of control? And I can tell you some of the ones that I remember. Nevada, in Las Vegas, Houston, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and the major, the most ones with HIV and it's on the rise. Can you guess where it is? DC. Yeah. Maybe it has something to do when they have the Repugly Ugly meetings and the Grindr goes insane and the Grindr app crashes. Could you think something like that has something to do with it? Okay. So yeah, HIV is on the rise, and you get that, and it's not going away. Now, they're not dying from the HIV like they were in the 70s, but I don't know if this is the same as in the 70s. You could get infected with HIV, and then you could get secondary infected with a secondary different strain as well. So if you're out there playing fast and loose and you wind up with HIV, you will be on medication the rest of your life. Okay? And again, this is becoming an epidemic. This is not getting out in the main press, is it? But I thought this is something that's important to put out there today. Okay? So yeah, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Houston, Texas, Nevada, Las Vegas, okay, Atlanta, Georgia. There was somewhere, I forget if it was North or South Carolina, but there were like 10 places where it's really, really off the charts. But the most is in DC. Yeah, fabulous. On that note, I'll leave that here. So much, again, toxicity to go through, whether it's HIV, whether it's cleaning up the pedophilia and the other drama. I mean, just it's never ending at this point. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have some more coffee.